By the time you watch this video, PTCGO is probably no more. It is shutting down, and Pokemon TCG Live will be rolling out of beta. Finally, after over a year, we're finally getting the complete experience that we had hoped PTCG Live was going to be. Or are we? I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about what we are and aren't getting in the full launch of Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And this is going to be launching to coincide with Paldea Evolved. I believe the exact date is, oh man, Windows doesn't let, it's Thursday, what day is the day? Today's the, no, what? It's happening this week at the time that you're watching this video. And it's coinciding with the launch of Paldea Evolved. And, you know, there's been a lot of discussion about the state of PTCG Live. And while it is, there are certain things that it does well, I think we can all agree that there are things that could be improved. The lack of true expanded is a problem. The user interface is very clunky, and having to drag damage counters. The deck builder is not very good, and so on and so on, right? That being said, there was always that discussion about like, oh, the game's in beta. Once it's out of beta, we're going to get the full experience. We have to give them the chance to show us that it's going to be like a more complete thing. At the very least, there was that hope, right? That even though this beta has been an absolute train wreck and it is a mess of a game, that by the time it comes out of beta, it will be a better thing. And, well, about that, so we've got a tweet from Trust Your Pilot who pulls these notes directly from the Pokemon TCG Live message boards. And he pretty much says, yeah, confirmed. The full launch of Pokemon TCG Live next week features 0 new features. It is basically a handful of bug fixes, and that's it. So, like, yeah, what are we getting? We're getting Paldea Evolved, which is to be expected. We're getting an updated certain menus and flows during the migration process. Okay, so they're just changing, you know, the experience of moving your cards over. Fine. Added a warning prompt for actions that will cause the player's only Pokemon to be removed from play. So, like, if you play Scoop Up Net, then and it would cost you to lose the game, there's a prompt. They actually took this out. This is not happening anymore. So you will not get warned when you do that. Updated some gameplay visual effects. Okay, the visual effects are not the highest priority, though. Sure, fix those. Added error messaging in the deck editor when mixing alternate art versions of a Pokemon V Union in a deck. The only one right now is Morpeko, so you can't mix them together, and now there's a warning for that. Sure. Added visual feedback when a Pokemon's ability prevents taking a prize card for a knockout. That's nice. Added animations for certain card movements during match. I actually think there might be too much animation in the game. Like, when you look at a discard pile, do you really need to see the cards all shuffle or like all move up, and then when you close the menu, you just have them all piled out? I don't necessarily think the lack of animation is a problem for the game, TBH, but okay, go off, Pokemon. Updated UI elements in the tutorial regarding relevant information, sure, and improved code redemption errors for invalid codes. Yeah, that's something that definitely should be fixed. But no new features if you're looking for a full version of Expanded, and like that hurts so many players who like playing Expanded, and right now the cards only go up to Sun and Moon, so a lot of those older cards don't work. We're not going to see that as part of the full launch. There are also, like, yeah, the deck builder is still an issue. There's still a bunch of big gameplay bugs that even aren't being fixed, right? So the Gardevoir Psychic Embrace bug, there are multiples of these. There was a one where if your opponent leaves while you're doing Psychic Embrace, the game crashes, and that sucks. But in the latest update, you can't actually attach energy with Gardevoir to Pokemon that you recovered with Miriam, and that's not being fixed. So here we are, Gardevoir being one of the most popular decks in the game, and we still can't play it even after the full launch of the game because that bug is not being addressed. and the metal Pokemon sound, which is like an absolute nightmare for me as a streamer. Even if you turn the sound off, it's gonna play that clanging metal sound at max volume. Still not fixed. And yeah, this is, while I'm not necessarily surprised, I am very disappointed. I have been very upfront in my thoughts about the Pokemon trading card game live. Yes, you do get free decks, and that's good, and for a lot of people that's enough. I understand that PTCGO was a nightmare to get cards with the whole trading system being what it is, and the credit system and the free decks are great. However, pretty much everything else about the experience is worse. The game goes slower, the animations are clunky, moving cards around and placing damage counters is worse, the deck builder is worse. There are just, expanded doesn't exist in this format. There are just so many things that I think that I like, I could, maybe I'm being unrealistic here or demanding too much, but I feel like we as a community deserve, like, I think that if we are moving off of PTCGO, and again, I'm not the biggest PTCGO fan, it definitely has its issues, but I feel like if we're going to go from one game to a newer version of said game, we should be going to a game that is a new game that is better than the old one. And apparently they've been working on this for 4 to 5 years. It's been in beta for over a year, and the game we have to move to now is just flat out worse in a number of different ways. And for me, it really bums me out. I want to believe that the game will get better, and it certainly will, but how long are we going to have to play on this subpar build of the game? And do we trust TPCI to figure it out? I think beyond just technical issues, there are core UI things like having to drag a damage count. Like Sableye, you have to manually drag 12 damage counters, and there are combos where you could put way more damage counters. And the fact that it's like having to manually drag, I've seen people like in Expanded where they just run out of time because they cannot place all the damage counters because the interface sucks. And it's just really disheartening seeing the game being put forth as this is the future of the Pokemon trading card game, being as subpar as it is. And like, I will continue to play it because it's my primary way of playing the Pokemon trading card game, but I'm not happy about the way that it's currently built. I know there are a number of people that aren't, and there are some people that are totally fine with the way that PTCG Live is for whatever reasons that may be, and that's fine too. But personally, I'm just really gutted that we just lost PTCGO, and we're actually in this reality where we're moving to a worse game. And unfortunately, if you want to play PTCGO or like play the Pokemon trading card game in a digital format, this is kind of it in terms of playing in an official capacity, and that sucks. So yeah, I personally will continue playing because there's nowhere else for me to go, and the content that I make at this point is Pokemon content. But I don't even that, like, if I I don't think now's the time to talk about the future of the channel. I'm going to be here as long as I can, but it does make it more difficult when it is a game that is in this state with a company that has not shown this game the love and care that it deserves. And there are so many other digital trading card games that are in so much better shape, and it's crazy that the Pokemon company didn't pull anything from the way it looks, from the way that its crafting system works, all of it. It's pretty much the worst digital client of any trading card game out there. And it kind of was, like, PTCGO kind of was that too, but at least it was playable. And now we're just stuck in this mess of a game. So yeah, Let me know your thoughts. I know there are going to be people in the comments that are like, it's fine, you're just hating. And then there's going to be other people that are like, PTCGO is the worst, burn down PTCG live. What are your thoughts on the situation that we're currently in now? Let me know in the comments. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Some quick plugs for me before we go. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, like I am right now. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, Twitch fam, stick around. We're going to continue playing. But to our YouTube family, we got to get out of here. So long, everybody. Bye-bye.